Hello and welcome to Dinner at a Show. I'm Brian.
And I'm not hungry.
Yeah, we just watched The Passion of the Christ since Easter is coming up and Good Friday.
We're going to get in so much trouble for this.
Yeah, we're going here.
Okay.
So I have for dinner chili Colorado, which I made myself.
Oh.
So, yay. I didn't go to a gas station to get my dinner.
At least one of us gets to eat. I'm Tanner, by the
Yeah.
way. Let's introduce myself.
This movie was released in 2004. This is the first time I watched it in like 13 years. Basically, the movie's about the last 12 hours of Jesus living on Earth, and it focuses on the crucifixion.
Yeah. Well, I think
In a nutshell.
I think you're more saying it focuses more on leading up to the crucifixion.
Oh, yeah.
And it's graphic, bloody, painful detail.
Like, I know a lot of people had a, religious experience with this movie, because I know a lot of my family did. And I think I did a little bit going in, or when I first watched it. Now I watch it, just with new eyes, just because when I was 14 when that came out, so I didn't have a very, just kind of new to the film stuff. But yeah, looking on it now is just there's a lot of things. There were some good things about it, and there are, bad things about it, and things that could have made it better.
Please continue.
Okay.
I don't know what to say at this point.
I'm
just trying to collect my thoughts here.
Yeah, one of the main complaints is that they focus a lot on how Jesus died.
It's the back half of the movie.
Yeah.
In a 2-hour movie, it is like...
They focus on how he died, how torturous it was, rather than
why he died.
Yeah, rather than why he died. Now, if
that's really
if you grew up in church, if you grew up as a Christian, or if you practice Christianity, then you know why Jesus died. But for those who are ignorant of that, then they are confused. And it just looks like a snuff film.
A little more detail, like what he was trying to teach to the world, that wouldn't hurt. I mean, a lot. I mean, they tried to somehow incorporate it with flashbacks, but also so few and far in between. This just this really gratuitous violence, and that's pretty much what it is. Gratuitous. It's like an exploitation film. The back half. I mean, the first half. You think it's going somewhere really interesting because it shows the establishment, it shows the development, it tries to go for something that's really interesting when you see more of this world and what Jesus is trying to do and what he truly believes and stuff like that. But then the back half of the movie, it's just
how many
whammo.
How many times can Jesus fall from exhaustion? How many
in slow motion?
In slow motion as
yes.
well.
We have to pad out the movie somehow.
How many, times are we going to see Jesus, whipped or nailed, or it's just just when you think that Jesus has had enough, they just pile on another, painful, torture. And
I just can't help but wonder if the movie's a full agenda, if it's just to really guilt you into having more faith in Jesus, but it just doesn't work that way because what you have to do, if you want to follow Christianity, it's just you have to follow what Jesus taught, not focus on how he got killed, which is definitely what this movie does.
I think what Mel Gibson was trying to do was convey the gravity of his sacrifice.
I get what he was trying
people.
to I get what he was trying to do. He was trying to show how much torture Jesus was willing to take in order to get God's message across. Because it's what he truly believes, that God sent him down to be the Son of Man so that he could be some sort of symbol, so that people could look back on it and be oh, so that's what it meant. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So I get what I get that. I really do.
Yeah.
But the way he goes about it here.
Yeah.
Just a little
I wish they focused more on the message, because I think it gets lost in the movie of why he's doing it.
And that's
like what we were saying earlier, because they could have used the devil a lot more in here because I forget who the actress that plays the devil in this movie. But
Clearly having a ball with this role.
yeah, no, she was great. And there's definitely, like, I would have loved seeing the spiritual aspect of what led to the crucifixion because it's not just, the physical, it's the spiritual warfare that's going on in there, like a duel between Satan and Jesus to see, okay, like, I'm going to go through with this. And Satan's like, oh, really? You're going to go through with the most painful, death possible.
And he does it.
And, well, yeah, he does it. So
It is accomplished.
It is accomplished, as he says. And they have the devil in there a few times, but it just kind of seems random. It's like, I wish that the devil was taunting Jesus more. I wish that it was more established that he, or she, in this case, was trying to deter Jesus from accomplishing his goal. Being a more primary antagonist than just the Roman soldiers beating him up or the high priests.
And the easiest comparison I can think of that does this sort of thing a lot better is Martin Scorsese's film The Last Temptation of Christ, because that actually shows the struggles that Jesus was going through while trying to get the message out there, struggling with the power of God and the weaknesses of man. That is what this film really needed.
This movie, I guess, plays it safe in terms of doctrine. They don't stray a whole lot from doctrine. They kind of, there's some biblical inaccuracies, as usual, when you're translating from text to film. But, nothing that a Christian would
How much of the crucifixion is actually in the Bible?
At least, I would say at least a couple of chapters per gospel.
How much into detail did they go into with that? Because it wasn't like a performance piece to like...
I think Luke is the most descriptive one.
Okay.
Luke's a doctor, so he has he's very descriptive in his gospel.
Gotcha, okay.
There were a lot of good things, though, that I appreciated. I loved the sets.
Cinematography is
Yeah,
great.
cinematography.
Chanel, I believe his name is.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Very beautiful cinematography. I loved the just the sets designs. When a biblical epic is done right, the set pieces are just absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah.
And I think that this is a biblical epic that matches that caliber. And I believe the performances were incredible. Jim Caviezel just, poured his heart out into this role.
Yeah.
And
wasn't he with the actress playing Mary? Something
it's
Mortensen?
I think it was like Maya
Maya
Mortensen.
She was great.
Yeah, sorry. The mother of Jesus.
Monica
the actress.
Bellucci is Mary Magdalene, and I forget the actor who played Judas, but he did a really good job, like capturing the guilt that he felt. Okay, it was nominated for Best Makeup, Best Cinematography, and Best Original Music Score.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the makeup makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, because the makeup's fantastic. Jeez. You just look at Jesus by the end of the movie.
There's something else I want to say. This movie is rated R.
I don't know how.
It's an NC-17, okay? It's one of the most violent, most bloody movies I've ever seen in my life. And I remember when this movie first came out on DVD. It was Easter weekend at the time. It was Easter Sunday. And they were showing clips from The Passion when there were little kids present.
That's messed up.
I can only imagine like the little kids just like crying and like wanting to like get out of there, run out of the church, and the mother's just scolding them for being insensitive. Like, how dare you?
Yeah. This movie was actually originally not going to have music in it, and I'm so glad that they changed their minds because the music was absolutely beautiful. Mm-hmm. It had a liturgical sort of theme to it. Mel Gibson is Catholic, or at least he was Catholic at the time.
Has some vocalizing too. I like that.
Yeah, and with a nice Mediterranean spin to it.
That's it. That's what I'm thinking of. Mediterranean.
I think that's all we got for this movie. It's definitely something that you should at least watch once to see what all the fuss is about.
Yeah.
And then I would say you make your decisions on that. There are a lot of people that have had religious experiences off of this, much like some people have for The Last Temptation of Christ.
I don't even think that you could I don't think that you should use a movie to build up your faith.
Mm.
I don't think it really. I don't think that's fair. You know.
Yeah. It's.
And yet, a lot of people, when The Passion came out, they saw this film as the second coming, something that really helped restore their faith by just witnessing, just like how brutal Christ was punished before he was nailed to the cross and died.
Like it's.
Yeah.
I mean, I think
Something
a film
kind
should.
of wrong here.
Yeah, I think a really good movie has the opportunity to send a message to somebody or to its audience, and when they do it successfully, then it's done its job, and people should be inspired to change and stuff like that. I mean, there are people that have, had their careers based on like seeing a movie, like NASA's scientists. They saw Star Trek, and they want to, become, explorers in space. They want to find life on other planets. They want to go
That's actually a good point.
want to go to the moon, or you want to be a politician because you saw Good Night and Good Luck, or a journalist.
You haven't seen Good Night, Good Luck, have you?
I did.
Oh, you did? Okay.
I did.
Okay.
A long time ago, and only once, but I did see it. It was wonderful.
Okay. Well, back to The Passion.
Yeah, and so I mean, movies should, or Star Wars. I mean, heck, a lot of people became filmmakers because they watched Star Wars.
That's right.
It opened their minds to imagination and whole worlds that they can create.
Okay, I get it. You're right and I'm wrong. So a movie can help restore your faith if it's
Yeah.
the right movie.
Yeah, for a religious movie, it's. I don't think it's a problem that it's trying to, help with faith. And they did it in showing, in like what Jesus went through to, die for your, sins, die for the sins of the world. And like the Last Temptation of Christ, kind of the same thing, struggling, with, or what temptations he had to go through and yet still accomplish his goal.
That's right, because he had the power of God, but he also had the weaknesses of man. So he had a lot of temptations to fight.
Yeah. I mean,
I think that's the movie I would recommend, like, highly.
yeah.
over
And the Bible does
Christ,
say that
because
Jesus
it
was
just goes
faced with
more
every
in depth.
temptation. So, I mean,
Yeah.
definitely. So, with that kind of speech being done,
What's your rating?
I'll give it a low wave.
Yeah.
It wasn't
Me too.
like amazing. It wasn't awful, but it was a film that has stuck with me for a while. Like I definitely remember this film, and and it's just something that I might just go back on and analyze.
Would you show it to your children?
No,
Okay.
at least not until they were a certain age. I was
Good,
14 when I
good.
watched it, and
Good.
this was my first R-rated movie that I watched.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Mine was Stand By Me. Okay, I'll give it a wave too. I can't really give it a leave you hanging because there are some parts that really do stick with me, but like, it's not a film that I would, like want to watch like over and over again, or like maybe like willingly. I only watched this movie because he wanted to do it for this episode.
It's something I just haven't watched in a while, and I'm like, all right, let's see how it is.
I made this spaghetti. I might as well eat some of it because, like, now that we talked about, like how brutal The Passion is, I think I get my appetite
I think
back.
your appetite's back.
Yeah, I think so. All right, so to conclude, I'm Tanner,
I'm Brian.
and we'll see you
At the movies.
It's cold.